You just got a text. Your friend is offering you a choice. $1,000 right now sitting in your account within the hour, or $10,000, but you have to wait a year. Most people pick the 1,000. It sounds insane when you say it out loud. 10 times the money for 12 months of patience. But the real answer is far stranger than a simple math problem. Your brain isn't doing math. It's running an ancient survival program, and that program was never built for a world with bank accounts. Think about your last paycheck. Did it disappear faster than you meant it to? Did a purchase feel urgent in the moment and pointless a week later? You are not broken. You are not undisciplined. You are running software that is 100,000 years old, and it was written for a world that no longer exists. Economists have a name for what just happened in your head. It's called hyperbolic discounting. The term sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. Your brain values a reward less and less the further away it sits in time, and it does this in a curve, not a straight line. A dollar today feels almost irresistible. That same dollar promised a year from now feels like smoke, barely there at all. Here's the strange part. This isn't a flaw in your character. It's a feature that once kept your ancestors alive. Picture a hunter-gatherer 40,000 years ago standing over a berry bush. Eat now and the sugar and calories are locked in immediately. Wait, and a rival tribe might take the berries. A storm might destroy the bush. An animal might eat you first. In that world, the future was not a promise. It was a gamble, and usually a bad one. The humans who grabbed the reward in front of them passed on their genes. The ones who patiently waited for a bigger, uncertain reward down the line often didn't survive long enough to. You inherited that wiring. Directly, unfiltered, and it still runs every time you open your banking app. Researcher George Ainsley spent decades studying this exact pattern of behavior, and he found something remarkable. The preference for immediate reward isn't just present in humans. Pigeons show it, rats show it. Nearly every animal capable of choosing between now and later shows some version of this same curve. Ainsley argued that this isn't irrationality, it's a mismatch. A survival strategy built for scarcity, now operating inside a world of abundance and delayed systems like retirement accounts and compound interest. Ask yourself something. Why does a sale that ends in 24 hours feel more urgent than one that ends next month, even when the discount is identical? Why does an unopened bill sitting in your inbox feel less real than the coffee in your hand right now? Your brain isn't calculating the future. It's calculating whether the future is even going to happen. And deep in your evolutionary memory, the future was never guaranteed. Now bring this into a stock market or a savings account, and the same ancient math starts making decisions your rational mind would never approve of. This is why so many people struggle to invest for retirement. 30 years from now doesn't feel real. It doesn't have a texture. It doesn't have a smell. It's an abstraction competing against a very real, very tangible want sitting right in front of you today. A new phone, a vacation, a dinner out. The brain isn't weak for choosing the dinner. It's doing exactly what it evolved to do. It's just doing it in the wrong century. Behavioral economist Richard Thaler took this idea and built something out of it. Alongside Shlomo Benartzi, he designed a program called Save More Tomorrow. Instead of asking people to save more money starting today, which triggers that same hyperbolic discounting and feels like an immediate loss, the program asks people to commit to saving more starting with their next raise. A future increase tied to a future event. Something not yet in hand and therefore not yet painful to give up. The results were staggering. Savings rates in the program more than tripled over a few years, in some cases climbing from under 4% to nearly 14%. Nothing about human willpower changed. The only thing that changed was the timing of the ask. Thaler didn't fight the ancient wiring. He worked with it. That's the twist most people miss. You don't beat this bias by trying harder. You beat it by tricking the part of your brain that can't tell the difference between real danger and a delayed reward. Consider what happens when a 401k automatically deducts money from your paycheck before you ever see it. You never got the chance to feel the loss because your brain never registered the money as yours to begin with. Compare that to writing a check yourself. watching the number leave your account, feeling that immediate and vivid subtraction. One version bypasses the ancient alarm system entirely, the other walks straight into it. Here's a question worth sitting with. If your brain is built to overvalue the present and undervalue the future, how much of your financial life right now is a direct result of instincts you never chose and can't fully control? It's not just about savings accounts and paychecks either. It shows up in something far more powerful. Compound interest. A dollar invested today isn't just a dollar sitting there. It's a dollar that becomes 2, then 4, then 8, doubling and doubling again in a way that feels almost fictional until you see the numbers on a page. Albert Einstein is often perhaps apocryphally credited with calling compound interest the most powerful force in the universe. Whether or not he actually said it, the sentiment holds up. Compounding is exponential, and the human brain is famously terrible at intuitively grasping exponential growth. Ask someone to guess the value of a penny doubled every day for 30 days, and almost everyone underestimates it by a massive margin. It ends up being over $5 million. That's not a rounding error in the brain's math. That's an entirely different kind of blindness. Economist Shane Frederick, working alongside Thaler, developed something called the cognitive reflection test, designed to measure how often people give a fast, intuitive answer instead of pausing to calculate the correct one. Time and time again, the test revealed that most people, even highly intelligent people, default to the instinctive answer first. The brain wants to resolve uncertainty quickly. It wants an answer now, not a calculation later. And compound growth, by its very nature, demands patience with an invisible process. Nothing looks like it's happening in year 1. Nothing looks dramatic in year 5. Then year 20 arrives and the curve bends upwards so sharply it looks like magic. It isn't magic. It's math. Your instincts were never designed to trust. So what do you do with a brain that's fighting against your own long-term interest? You stop treating willpower as the answer. Willpower is exactly the kind of resource your ancient wiring is designed to drain in the presence of immediate temptation. Instead, the people who build wealth over decades tend to do one thing differently. They remove the decision entirely. They automate the transfer before they can feel its absence. They make the future default, not the present. This is why some of the wealthiest self-made individuals describe their financial systems as boring. Automatic transfers, automatic investments, automatic reinvestment of dividends, nothing dramatic, nothing requiring daily discipline. They aren't relying on willpower to overpower 100,000 years of evolution every single morning. They built a structure that never asked the ancient brain to make the decision in the first place. There's a mirror here, and it's not comfortable. Every time you felt frustrated with yourself for not saving enough, not investing early enough, not resisting a purchase you didn't need, you weren't failing a test of character. You were losing a negotiation with a part of your mind that has never once seen a savings account, a stock chart, or a retirement fund. It only knows one thing: the berries in front of you are real, and the berries 30 years from now might not exist at all. But here's the reframe, and it changes everything. You don't have to win that negotiation through force. You just have to stop showing up to argue it every single day. Build the system once. Automate the choice. Make the future the default setting instead of the exception you have to fight for. Your friend sends you that same text again, $1,000 now, or $10,000 in a year. This time you don't answer with your gut. You answer with a system you built weeks ago, one that already knew what your ancient brain never could. The real answer was never about willpower. It was about designing a version of tomorrow you never had to choose in the moment at all.